it's closest to 4 that we've been in a long, long time.
And I just want to say good evening, everybody.
Good evening. It's not evening yet. It's the light outside.
It is evening. Damn
It's
it.
afternoon.
It is evening.
Evening is 6 o'clock.
No. No.
4 o'clock is still afternoon. We're going to put this in Google.
No.
Siri.
It's evening.
No, it's afternoon.
It is evening.
This is where Rhino and Bear and Pisces and Virgo are going to differ.
Yeah, and you and the Palomino. You and the Palomino are the same too. Brett gets on me all the time. He goes, "It's not evening," and I go, "It is evening."
Okay. Yeah. Then yes,
when
Brett and I agree with that because it's still a lot of daylight out there. You can still do a lot of this.
He says, "Blah BS." No, it is evening. I'm sorry.
We'll agree to disagree on that. But hello, everybody. How's
Good
that
evening,
go?
everybody.
We're just bringing it in with laughter today.
Of course, we have.
You should have seen. Here we go. If my girls and goddesses from weekend would be, this was what we were laughing about. We were doing, and it was so funny because yesterday I was at work and they're like, "Oh my God!" They turned around and looked at me and I was just spraying this. Like, well, no, tomorrow it's like, "Oh my God!" And she just started doing. So by the way, so funny. Funny.
This is a new product that Monica has, and it's rose water face and body spray. And of course,
it is very mood boosting, refreshing.
Come on,
just
focus on it.
It's
there we go.
Has rose quartz crystals in it. It was definitely brought us our laughter at 2 o'clock when everything was like. When we were diminishing, it definitely boosted our spirits. So it was our inside joke of the Goddess Weekend crew.
My cousin's out there. Happy belated birthday, Olivia.
Happy belated birthday.
Brax says you could be in my sunroom surrounded by crystals and herbs. He's actually doing like a greenhouse kind of thing. He just finished the back portion of his enclosed deck, and so he's putting all his crystals out there.
Very nice.
And you think I have a lot of crystals?
No,
not compared to Brack. Brack has pallets. Tons and tons of crystals.
So we can definitely play with those crystals, right?
Oh yeah, he has boulder sized crystals too. So
nice.
So all right.
Long time no chat. I'm sorry we've been away for a while. It's been a good busy, but
yeah, we did we're doing all kinds of workshops, and then we did the fair.
Yep. And then it was just recouping from the fair.
Right. And then
there's a lot of energy at the fair.
More workshops that we're doing and taking them through the rest of the year. And then we're gone next week because we will be in Atlanta.
Yes, we will.
We will be with Amma. And also celebrating Thomas's birthday. I mean, we got a lot going on this month, and the next month, God only knows, because I haven't even put any information about workshops out. Because,
I planned the workshops. Got the dates together. The workshops are together. It's just getting it all posted so everybody can find out about them.
Yeah. He says yes, in the front yard too. He has crystals all over the house and outside the house and on the property, and like I said, these big boulder ones that he's shown me pictures of, and all kinds of pretty crystals, and
very
nice.
A
ton of them. So where are we at on the moon?
She is a waning gibbous right now. She's getting ready to go into her last quarter phase, which is a lot about introspection, looking inward, being grateful for what you've accomplished, and maybe also being grateful for what you haven't accomplished, and allowing yourself to realize why you haven't, so that you can know and find those changes, or find and know those changes before the next new moon, which is next week, so that you can set your new intentions and fine tune them to maybe have those manifestations come to fruition.
Every show we say this, and every show I say that we say this, is that when new moon is all about new beginnings. It's the restart of the cycle. So we're putting intentions out there. Mind you, when we're putting those intentions out there, we have to dig through our own stuff in order to be able to accomplish or to receive what it is that we're wanting to.
Mm-hmm.
So throughout this time of creating, manifesting, we've got that 2-week period roughly. Then when we go into a full moon, all of the things that you need to move through your life in order to get to where you want to be, accomplish what you want to accomplish, have what you want to have, is going to surface. And so we always say, be grateful. Okay, so if working through your problems, you need to get into a car accident, and it's going to teach you how to be peaceful instead of outraged or whatever. And I'm just using examples.
Mm-hmm.
You know, when you stop the madness and you stop the story and we say, okay, I don't know what this means right now. I don't understand it, but I'm grateful for it. No matter how horrific the situation may be. Remember, we're putting out intention, and in order to receive that or to get that, we need to work through what's blocking us from having it in the beginning. So during that period of time when we're supposed to be grateful, what we're supposed to be grateful for is everything. And
Mm-hmm.
not to look back at it, go, what the hell is this? Why is this happening to me? Let's get rid of the why in our vocabulary. We don't need to know why. We need to know, okay, how is this helping me? How is this benefiting me? What can I do to get from point A to point B? I'm so grateful for these events happening to me, even though I may not understand them at the time. You know, things are going to be taken away from us because in order for us to have the things that we want, we need to have space for them. So it may be you want to make millions of dollars. Well, you're going to lose your job, your current job, because that place is not going to take you anywhere. But if you hang on to that current job, then the new one can't come in to give you the things that you want. So we need to let things go and then grab hold. And then as long as we're moving through life from vine to vine to vine to vine to vine, okay, we're just moving through it. If we stay stationary on one vine and we're not going to reach out to that next vine or that next opportunity, which tells us yes,
you're never going to get anywhere.
You're not going to get anywhere. And you're just going to keep sliding down this vine, you know, where you feel like you're falling and you're not getting anywhere. So
where you're stuck in a rut.
Yes. So we have to understand, this is why we open the show every time with where the moon is at, so that we can help you to start saying yes, to start recognizing things. And the goddesses can help us with that. And, you know, and whatever it is, whatever tool you want to use. But just remember that in that full moon phase, why does it seem like everybody goes crazy in a full moon? Well, first of all, it's very close to us and it's full, so it's drawing energy. But the craziness comes from stuff coming up to the surface.
It's illuminating what needs to be.
Right.
And sometimes we can't process that.
So we need
we process it in a different way.
Right. So we need to learn to start processing it. When this stuff starts to come up, well, why do I always feel this way? Or why does this always happen to me? All of those questions that you ask yourself why with, you're putting yourself in victim mentality, first of all.
Not a good way to go.
Not a good way to go. That's first of all. Second of all, if you really look at why it's happening to you, and you understand that it's because you've asked for it, to deal with it, to move past it, to grab onto the next vine, it's going to make that transition easier. Mind you, it can look in a multitude of different ways, but if you think back the last time that situation presented itself, how did you deal with it? Obviously, if it's coming back around in a cycle, you didn't deal with it the right way.
Right.
So change the way you deal with it. Then you can move forward. Then you can move through that process. And this is very simple. This is very basic. But getting your ego out of the way to say, okay, I got it now. I got it. I'm going to do it. I'm going to do it differently is the way that you need to go through life and the rest of life. Because once again, if you want all of these beautiful, miraculous things to happen and you're just staying stationary, it is happening all around you.
It's kind of like what comes to mind is Alice down the rabbit hole or spiral. If you think about it, a lot of times you will come up to those same things. And this has been me personally, you know, and we spoke about this a little bit ago, couple days ago,
Mm-hmm.
is finding your value. And back 10 years ago, what I thought my value was and what I showed as my value was completely different than what it is right now. But it's still me learning my value and what that entails. And it's a deeper knowledge. It's kind of spiraling down the rabbit hole.
Mm-hmm.
You're going to be hitting that same, like, this is your value pocket or whatever. So as you come around, you're going to catch that. And it may be that you have a deeper understanding of what your value is, but you still have to work on it. So it's still shifting. I literally had Alice down the rabbit hole in a spiral in my head. And I feel like the universe is just trying to say, point that out to somebody. Somebody needs to hear it.
And also we have people, hey, Tammy.
Hi.
We have people that are in relationships right now that hope and pray that the other person will change. It's not going to happen unless they want to change, unless they choose to change. So the way that you maneuver through that situation is you can leave the relationship. Mm-hmm. It's okay. Because if this person in your life is not changing their ways, they're not going to change their ways. And no amount of love on the face of the earth that you can provide them is going to make that change for them. If you want to grow and expand, then you have to move yourself through that relationship. And I'm putting that out there because there's been a couple people over the past couple weeks that I've talked to about relationships that they're afraid to leave, or they're not sure if it's right. If you're doubting it, yeah. That's your number one answer. It's not. It's if you're doubting that relationship, if that person's not giving you the ability to grow because they're not moving forward in their life, or
they're at a different level.
They're at a different level. It's time for you to move forward. I can't tell you how many times that we refer to spiritual knowledge as steps, and we take the next step up, and we're up on the next rung, and then finally we hit a plateau. There are people that are going to be behind you, but you can't pull them. You can't force them. They have to make those changes. And what they are belief changes within themselves to move forward. And value is a huge thing, because value is not a monetary thing.
No,
value is a quality. And when you put yourself in the bracket of quality versus value, okay, we're weighing the two. Value, we're all invaluable. We cannot have price tags on us. We can't, have price tags above our heads. But when we put quality behind it, how is your work? Is it shitty work, or is it, quality work? Are you doing half-ass jobs? Are you doing full jobs? And are you honoring yourself with that? Are you charging the right price for what you're doing?
Right.
And that's completely up to you, but know your value. When you or know your quality, know when you are even at work, your Monday through Friday work, are you doing the best that you can? Are you always doing your best?
Honestly, if you do your best, nothing else matters.
Period.
Because you've done everything you can. Now, if you aren't doing your best, then yes, your value and your quality may be a little bit shaky, but as long as you're doing your best and you can know that, go to sleep with peace of mind at night that you did your best that day, that's all that matters, to be honest.
Yeah.
And a lot of times, going back to the relationship thing, a lot of people will be like, oh, well, I should have tried harder, or what if so-and-so's was so-and-so, or they didn't, they want me to be like this. Honestly, it's all for you. You need to focus on yourself, what makes you happy, what makes you feel empowered. And I've had several people, like past 2 weeks, relationships are really on a high. And I don't know if it's,
I don't know, I've had it too. So
I feel like it's just maybe a cycle thing, or maybe it's, I know we're like going into a Neptune retrograde, and that tends to be more emotional. That's a Pisces ruler, and that's emotions, and we're hopeless romantics.
Mm-hmm.
So I don't know if that has some sway in pulling this right now. But I've told people that you really need to, whether it be when I was pulling cards or whether it be just talking to themselves, a lot of times what it is you just have to focus on what makes you happy, what makes you passionate, what brings you joy. Because honestly, if you don't focus on that and you're so busy focusing on someone else, their happiness, their joy, you're not going to be happy, for one. And if you are, it's not going to be long lived because it's not yours. But you attract, if you're doing what you want to do and you're feeling alive and creative and everything's coming to fruition for you, you're going to attract that person that's going to help bring that out of you, because they're going to be like, oh my gosh, look at that person. Look at him. Look at her. They're doing like so much stuff. They're amazing, blah, blah, blah. You're going to attract that person that helps bring that light out in you. But if you're trying to mold yourself and change yourself for somebody else, then that's who you're going to attract, is that person that's attracted to the person you're changing into.
Exactly.
Which is not you. So don't worry about it. If you want to wear corsets and lace up pants for the rest of your life and that's what you want to wear, but yet so-and-so doesn't like it and thinks it's sleazy, okay, see you later, gotta go. You know what I mean? And that's just taking something off the top of my head. But it's honestly, if it brings you joy and makes you happy and you focus on yourself and what that is for you, then you will attract people that want that see that in you, see that spark, see that light, and will in essence be a better match for you as you go forward. And sometimes you guys do evolve and we separate. They have that thing of sometimes you have friends for a season.
Mm-hmm.
Sometimes you have lovers for a season. It just depends. So it's just one of those things, is that you have to learn that sometimes we evolve. Well, not sometimes, we always evolve. It's just at different rates. And if you evolve at a different rate or in a different direction, that you will segue away from each other. And that's okay, because you both have your own journeys to walk. And as long as you walk yours in your truth and in your authentic person that you are and doing what you love and have joy for, that's all that matters.
So we then go into I want this person that I'm...
Where you're fixated. That's ego.
Okay, that is ego. So why don't we, instead of saying, I want this specific person, so why can't I manifest this specific person? You can, but they're going to be in a different body.
Right. You can manifest the energy. And you taught me this, is you think of the energy of like how you want to feel, how that person's energy is. And I actually have done it to where I tell people, how do you want to feel with that person? What are some, like, how does it feel for you to be with that type of person that makes you feel the most alive, the most powerful, the most sexual, whatever, that makes you feel the best version of yourself.
So if you're right now currently in a relationship that you're doubting, I want you to take a pen and paper and write down all of the things that you wish you could change in the other person.
This will be fun.
Okay. Then you're going to manifest a person that has the qualities that you don't even need to fix and change, because you can draw that in.
Right. You're going to focus on what you want.
Right.
Not what you don't want.
Right. So, if I wish he didn't smoke, or I wish, he'd be more happier, out in the country or whatever. I don't know. I'm just making up stuff as I go along. You then will see, okay, well, these are the things that I wish I could fix and change in this one person. But let's just say they were doing the reverse to you. They were writing down all the things that they could fix and change about you. No, you're not going to fix and change yourself unless you want to.
Right.
And you can't fix and change somebody else because that is them. But why can't you attract somebody into your life that you don't have to fix and change, that has all the qualities that you want and need? Because out of all the millions of people on this planet, there are people. And once we start taking opportunities, and once we start to understand and get the hang of this changing and manifesting and creating, then more opportunities lay themselves out, because life is about opportunities.
Yes.
That's all it is. Manifesting is not about, I want that cheesecake and it drops from the sky right onto the table. It's not about that. It's about, okay, well, if I want to get from point A to point B and I really want that cheesecake, we're going to do an experiment. Okay. So it is July, or going into July. We're at the end of June. We are going to dinner for my son's birthday at the Cheesecake Factory. Mm-hmm. I would really like a slice of pumpkin cheesecake. That's a seasonal cheesecake. I'm going to manifest it.
Okay.
And we're going to come back and we're going to report.
I have no clue anything about the Cheesecake Factory. Okay, I looked at the menu and holy Batman. The menu of this place is like, where
50 pages long.
I mean, how? You know, I used to watch Robert Irvine on Restaurant Impossible, and it was always, you know, keep like a streamlined menu, and that always made sense to me. You have like your handful of favorites, great things, you know, a little bit of like soup, salad, main entrees, finger food, whatever. But damn, and pardon it, but I mean, I was looking at this, I was like, seriously, it's a crazy menu. I can't even imagine this. I was looking at like non-cheesecake food.
Mm-hmm.
I can only imagine with the name of the Cheesecake Factory how many cheesecake flavors they have.
At least 50 or more at any given time. But I'm going to manifest a seasonal, and they do it in the fall, in the summertime.
Okay.
We're going to come back. We're going to report it, because that's what it's about. It's about getting that opportunity and taking that opportunity, putting it out to the universe of what it is that you want.
Mm-hmm.
And then going to get it. You know, there is no Cheesecake Factory around here. I'm sure up near Charlotte there may be one. No, but there's none around here.
Oh, okay.
So then,
There's a show. I don't know.
While we're, you know, in Georgia, we're going to get some cheesecake. We're going to get actually multiple different types of cheesecake. But anyways, that's besides the point. What I do want to stress is that, you know, if you're out there and you're wanting to create and you're finding yourself stuck, you know, where are you stuck? What's prohibiting you? If you don't know, you know, you can muscle test and find out where your belief systems are, and we can break through, or you can come see me and I can help you do it. It's called theta healing, and we work that way.
Yes, we do.
So we're actually previewing here our July goddess, but we're talking about our June goddess as well. And it's funny that we this was not intentional. We haven't decided. Hey, Amy, we haven't decided what we're going to talk about before we get on the air. The only thing that's kind of preset is either
moon.
The goddesses and the moon. But here we go with Diana, who's all about intention.
And focus.
And setting your intention. And her message is, why are you doing what you are? Are you hurting or helping? Direct your intention specifically and clearly. Know why you are doing what you're doing. Your intention is all that matters. Sometimes we have to explain and understand that this momentary discomfort will reveal the pleasure of tomorrow. Are you speaking your
truth?
Is it truth? Are you speaking to hurt, or are you hurting to speak? Our words can be like razors and scar forever. This can make a difference to others for a lifetime. Are you doing your best or best at what you're doing? Are you doing your best or what you're doing? There is always room for improvement. Are you loving to live or living to love? Love is unconditional. She is a Celtic goddess, isn't she? Greek.
She's Greek.
Okay.
She's the no, she's Roman. Diana is the Roman goddess of the hunt and the moon. Artemis is the Greek goddess of the hunt and the moon.
Okay.
So it's
Same
Diana
vibration.
and Artemis are like sisters of the different religions.
Her affirmation is, my intentions are powered by love. Her mantra is, I take refuge in the right intention. The right intention takes refuge in me. I decide my evolution. And I want to focus in on her for a minute. There you go. You had her for a second. Come on, focus. There we go.
I'm trying to back up because I feel
It's
like
my face too.
It's face detection.
Yeah.
Okay. We have a purpose and clarity candle, which is lemongrass, nutmeg, and amorous. All of those are going to help to fine-tune your intentions. It's very the lemongrass is just very uplifting and kind of like bright. It's kind of like refresh, I guess you can say. It's kind of like, yeah, it's like that. And it's going to help to manifest those intentions. We then have an Argonite meditation stone. Argonite is a wonderful earth healer and encourages conservation of Earth's precious resources. Use Argonite when working with the root and earth star chakras and for grounding and connecting to the earth. Argonite can also be used for clearing blockages of energy in LEY? What's LEY? Key lines? Is it supposed to be key lines or is it Lee lines?
Your guess is as good as mine, but we'll say key lines.
And key lines for healing geopathic stress.
Keep going. I'll do a star.
You're fine. Citrine. We also have the citrine pendant. Its energy is natural and blah, blah, blah.
I'll show you guys.
A natural citrine's radiant yellow and gold energy activates, opens, and energizes the solar plexus and navel chakras, directing personal power, creativity, and intelligent decisions to enhance the physical body. Its foremost energy is to aid in manifestation. There is also the Nagchampa cones. Sandalwood is one of the most principal ingredients in Nagchampa, offers many aromatherapy benefits. It creates a calming effect, dispelling stress and thus opening access to deeper meditative states. The combination of masking sweet odors and aiding in relaxation makes Nagchampa very popular in many yoga studios where students more vigorously in addition to practicing meditation.
Her oil.
There it is. It's oak moss, honeysuckle, jasmine, and mugwort.
Hey, Amy. The other
Hi,
Amy.
Amy
Newberg.
Gotcha. Hi, Amy.
The first one was McMartin.
First one was McMartin.
Mm-hmm.
Was that it? And then, of course, we have the goddess salts, which we always put in the kit.
Which I didn't put up there because there wasn't enough space, but they are now in tea bags, but they're different tea bags.
Yep.
And so you know,
for it's got a little more coconut oil in it, so it's going to be a little slicker, and it's also probably great for summer months. It's going to help to keep your skin ultra moisturized for sunburn, that sort of thing. So good. Yes, it is okay. So it will be a little more slick, so just make sure you use precaution with that. And make sure that when you look at the tea bag that it is actually just the coconut oil.
So overall, you know, you're setting intentions. You want direction. Diana's your goddess. I always do that. Dana and Diana. Mm-hmm. Diana is your goddess. So and I like to go over this every so often, is how you use the goddess. The goddess kit is you have your card, you set up your altar, you take a shower, you use your salts, whether it be in a bath or in a shower, or what I love to do is, because I take showers mostly, is I take the tea bag with the salts in it, I put it into a cup of hot water while I'm showering. I use one of the big cups like these. I fill it up to the halfway with hot water while I'm taking a shower. Then I put more water into it. And then when I'm done with my showers, I dump it over me.
Very nice.
Okay. So that's my way of doing it in the shower. Instead of rubbing it all over my body, I just dump it over me. I let it clear my auric field. And then, get myself dried up, get into comfortable clothing. I light my candle, light my incense, put the jewelry on, hold the meditation stone. I say the message, mantra, and affirmation a couple times, and I just sit there with her. And I try to get that, okay, this is how we're going to set intentions, let that infuse into my body so that we can, set intentions, or with whatever goddess you have. Because we're coming through the months, through the end of the year really, really fast. So
yeah, it's kind of scary how fast it's moving, to be honest.
So as we go into July's goddess is Ostara. And isn't that not the perfect picture?
It is the perfect picture. It is a very beautiful picture.
So we've got Ostara. Get her to focus. There we go. New beginnings.
Do you want me to read that portion?
Yeah, please.
All right. Her message is, it's time to plant new seeds of thought and intention. It's time for a new beginning. Every day we are gifted with a new day to create a new life. Are you tired of the same old same? It's time to make a change. Change your career, change your home life, the people who are causing you pain. The only you can make this change. Look at yourself in the mirror, and what do you see? Seeing the beautiful, deserving soul within that needs a new beginning. Dig up the weeds and set them free. Plant your seeds of a new life. Her affirmation is, with passion and joy, I am creating my own future. Mantra is, no matter how hard the past, you can always begin again.
So we've said this many, many, many times, is that the goddesses pick themselves. And this is a very, very true statement, because all we do.
I feel like she picked herself for July for a reason.
Yes. So she is normally a spring goddess. She's an Easter goddess, actually. And that's where the name Easter comes from, which is Ostara.
Yes.
And it's the beginning of new. It's right after winter. Now it's spring. We're planting the seeds, so on and so forth, blah, 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 blah. Easter bunny kind of situation that's going on. And so when she popped up in July, which is a summer month,
we kind of were baffled.
Yes. So what is it that's new that's coming in? And it kind of intrigues us. It's like, what do we need to create that's new? Because once again, they pick themselves. We shuffle through the cards and we go, okay, which goddess needs to be for July of 2019? Flip, and there she goes.
I feel like it's...
And these two together, too, is interesting.
Yes, I really do feel like it's almost like treating it the halfway point of the year when, we've... In the beginning of the year, the new year, we always set our intentions, New Year's resolutions. This is how it's going to be, blah, blah, blah. But then summer hits and we might have lost focus. We might have, going out, doing whatever, we're vacations, whatnot, things aren't, we've lost our focus, in other words, on what we wanted to accomplish and what we wanted to try to do. And I feel like Diana trying to refocus and realize what we still want for the rest of the year to be followed by Ostara at the halfway point of the year saying, okay, we've refocused. Here you go.
Let's start over.
Let's start over. We got 6 months to make that a reality. Let's do it. So I feel like that's what's speaking to me. That's what's popping up in my head when we have both of these. Because when we first pulled Ostara, I was like, seriously? Seriously?
Yeah.
And then when we started talking about it and we're like, okay, the year's going by really fast. It's like, okay, we need to stop, take a breath, wait a minute. Because what do you do in archery? You usually pause before you shoot that arrow.
Right. And that's another perfect picture too, because whenever I would search for pictures of Diana, she had a bow and arrow with her.
Oh, they always will have a bow and arrow because that's how, and it's how they focus. It's their centralized focus on things. It's beautiful.
Yeah. So I thought that was quite interesting. Now, know that when we started the goddess kits, when we started with Saraswati, we were using cartoon drawing pictures of the goddesses, what we could find. About 4 months in, I decided I was going to start using models because I wanted us to be able to relate and go, yes, there are women out there, And when I started to do that, I didn't search for Diana goddess, right? I was actually going through a website that allows me to use pictures, these actual pictures. And I started to come across all of these women that were not intentionally dressed like the goddesses, but it just happened to be. So I started using them. And I mean, she's in a cloak, she's in medieval kind of sort of, ish dress. And I mean, it's just a beautiful empowerment picture.
Yes, it is.
Anyways, so Miss Ostara, Goddess Ostara, if you would, because my mind is tired and I'm going to trip over words. So
you're fine. Okay, so her candle is a blend of cypress, cardamom, and pine. And it's actually the New Moon Manifesting Desires candle from my New Moon Ritual Kit. I felt that was a very, very good candle to put in this. So you're going to kind of be able to set those new intentions with a New Moon candle. smells very good.
Yes.
You
It
also,
smells great up here, by the way, because this is where all the goddesses are kept.
this is the studio,
And
basically.
and so I've got not only the incense, but I've got the oils, I've got the candles, I've got everything up here, and it's just heaven all the
Yes.
time.
You probably get intoxicated. We have a moonstone meditation stone. It's very nourishing, sensual, deeply feminine, that knows how to heal and bring you back to wholeness. It is the stone of Mother Moon, deep healing waters and sacred feminine energies.
This one's pretty too. This one's got now know that moonstone isn't always the white raw that you see. Moonstone comes actually in many different colors.
Mm-hmm.
And some of them have flashes and some of them don't. This is a darker moonstone. And it actually has layers in it. You can see the layers. And this one has a little bit of a flash in it.
Very nice. And then we have an opalite pendant. It's subtle yet highly energetic. It is ideal for meditation. Opalite improves communication on all levels, especially the spiritual. It removes energy blockages of the chakras and meridians. Emotionally, opalite helps by assisting during transitions of all kinds. It engenders persistence and gives us strength in verbalizing our hidden feelings. It can also help us to be successful in business. You also get the moon incense cones. Moon incense is blended to correspond to the planet moon and moon goddess. It can be burned as an offering with to the moon goddess or used in rituals under the moon. Remedy for purifying and cleansing to get rid of evil spirits and misfortune, as well as for medicinal purposes.
And her oil
is a blend of violet, rose, sandalwood, sweet birch, and cardamom essential oils.
So it's a sweet and spicy with
Yes.
floral notes.
Yes.
Also know that,
and of course, goddess salts.
Know that Monica makes, everything comes with goddess salts. We should figure out what the next one is and kind of maybe do a different salt, because we only did one different salt, and that was for Ishtar, where you did the lemon sage.
Ishtar had, I think, the new moon, but we also did a cleansing clarity for one. I can't remember who it was. But it was in the beginning. But yeah, we can work on it.
Monica makes the oil blends with essential oils. There's occasionally, if we can't,
fragrance oil.
There's a fragrance oil, but 99.9% of the time, it's all essential oils with a carrier oil. And she also does the research to find out which vibrational, herbs for the candles as well is going to best fit. So, because this one's popped out already, I want you to see that there's actually herbs in the candle. If I flip this over, you can see that's probably nutmeg.
What's that new moon?
No,
cardamom.
This is Diana's.
Oh, that's nutmeg. Yes, it's nutmeg.
And yeah, you can. That smell is heavenly from that.
That's a lemongrass.
Lemongrass.
That don't play.
Yeah, it smells like food. Thai food, specifically, because they use a lot of lemongrass in there. Anyways,
yes, I do.
So know that each goddess is researched. You may see, like with the Doreen Virtue deck, you may see the goddesses have different. We tried to not copy hers, so we tried to pull out different qualities that the goddess carries. So with Rhiannon, we use generosity. And if you really read her story, she was very giving. She was giving rides. She was, so we're pulling out different qualities. Of course, you get the whole quality, not just the one that we say of the goddess. You get all of it because you're drawing that energy in. And
it's kind of like a picture is worth 1,000 words. Well, you don't just have one quality. A goddess doesn't just have one quality. Nobody has just one quality. You have multiple qualities, and sometimes there's underlying qualities that can really enhance the main or the fundamental that they have. So it varies.
And also know that the reason why this hasn't happened as soon as it has is because it takes a while to do the graphic work that I'm doing. So our the booklets are actually this big. They're half pages. This would be a full
Sheet of paper.
page. Fold it in half. It's actually very easy. But we're converting all of the booklets rather, into quarter pages. So they're still booklets. It's just everything is on a smaller scale so that we can put the booklet itself into
your bag.
The bag. So it's going to be like this with your whole kit together. This was a 2 reason, because at Maiden Minx, which is where we spend a lot of our time,
yes,
Mama would prefer to have everything in one, which I don't blame her, because people miss the books all the time, or the booklets all the time. That one has to be revised because there's something in it that I gotta fix, but that's besides the point. But also with shipping and everything, we don't want the books to get crinkled or anything, because you'll want to have them to go back to. The booklets always have the goddess's story. That's first and foremost. So when you first open up the booklet, you get her whole story. And it's very hard to find stories on and understandings. So just know if there's only one sheet or one side that has the story, that's all we could find. It also talks about your goddess kit, everything that's in your kit, how to use your kit. And of course, we're here. You can always ask us too.
Yep.
Then we have information on Monica. You have information on me. You have a coupon. So if you wanted a reading, and then it talks about our Create Joy websites. The little booklet actually has more pages and has some more information. And it does have a space for
Madame's.
Where is it? There it is, next to my picture. So we're providing as much information as possible. With the goddesses, we have them 2 ways. You can order them a la carte, or you can have them on subscription. If you get them on subscription, you get free gifts every month. If you pay for a full year, you get a free goddess.
Yeah.
Okay. And we just send them out. They're just automatically sent. So know that you can have it both ways. If you wanted to buy them, if you're local and in town and want to buy one, go to Maiden Minx on Kerr. And I actually put in a star out there, even though it's pre one. But Diana over there, Ostara, Kuan Yin, everything that we have, at least one is over there. So I put the last Athena or Aphrodite over there. So there's one Aphrodite left. Just putting it out there. There is one green Tara left. Just one. Now, obviously, if you want to special order her, we can do that as well. But if you wanted something immediately,
that's where they're at.
That's where they're at. There's only one left. So know that that's out there. We do a lot of work at Maiden Minx. Cabinet of Curiosities is the full name. And I want you to know that normally we are there. I'm there on Sundays doing readings. We do workshops. We have full moon, new moon ritual workshops. I have manifesting there. I'm working on getting intuitive development together for myself. You're there, Wednesdays?
I'm actually there Monday, Wednesday, and Fridays from 2:30 until 7. And I was just looking for my workshops because I actually will be doing a workshop the weekend we come back from out of town. That Saturday on the 6th. Oh, and it's the candle carving one. So it's going to be great for if you want to set your intentions. You're going to we're going to talk about sigils. We're going to talk about colors, talk a little bit about candles, but it's mainly going to be just getting in there and creating your candles. So I'll have all the tools to carve into your candles. You will get anointing oil to put on your candle. You'll also create an herb blend to dress your candle, and then you're going to have your chime candle of the color that you're wanting, whether it be a road opener, a healing, a prosperity, a love. You're going to take that color of the chime candle and pour it, per se, drip it over the candle to help seal in that intention. And then you'll be able to utilize it after the new moon, because the new moon is on Tuesday. I think it's Tuesday.
So
Tuesday? Tuesday.
I would encourage you, if to go to their page, check out what's going on.
All our workshops are on the
Kimberly's been really good about putting things up and advertising for us, and Fox even has her, Kimberly Fox, it's the same thing, has her workshops that she does. If you want to know what your spirit animal is, we've got a rhino and a bear here.
Yeah.
And we've got a sea turtle downstairs and an egret downstairs, and we've got a pilot whale at the store. And is he a crow or a raven?
Raven.
And a raven, and another fox is out there, and his last name is Fox. So there's a lot of things that's going on. There's community acupuncture, there's Reiki, there's access bars, there's a whole lot of things that are going on in this little store. Yoga, and you really should check it out and know that it's local artists. It's not this conglomerate. It's not like Walmart. We're all there. We're all working together there, and it's important for us to get this out to the community. So please look it up, go check it out. Once again, if you haven't been there.
Will you show that to them? Because I just have to show them the little rhino. It was very funny. We were all chit-chatting, and I just love that. My rhino is very, very happy with that. But yes, that's who I am. And I have my rhino horn pendant on.
And I'll show you this, even though I don't know that she's doing this anymore.
But there's a drawing of a bear.
So Kimberly Fox did intuitive art at one point.
And she actually is still doing it.
Oh, she is?
I think they did an art workshop last month.
Okay.
So
this is my bear. Good, you focused. And when she did this, these were all the other things that she saw. And it's very interesting of what we pulled out of this, because there's many different symbols and symbolizations in here and things that we found. So that is my bear. I'm an Asiatic bear. Mm-hmm. They're the ones with the V, and it's funny because I used to always wear a scarf, a white scarf, mm-hmm. which would present itself that way. But when you learn what your animal is, and what your animal is, and
you're surprised how it relates, how it correlates with your life.
Yeah, and how you can live a better life if you're living more your animal.
Right. If you're invoking your animal a little bit, either eating or doing or taking action the way they would, it's like you feel better. Your life, you feel better.
Yeah.
So it is interesting.
So know that all of these things are available to anybody here in Wilmington.
Yeah.
We've got a very big collective, eclectic group of people that are working together. And it's for the greater good. And it's to help people live a better life.
And evolve.
When we come back, once again, we're going to be in Atlanta this coming weekend. Mm-hmm. So the following weekend, which would be the 7th.
Yep, that's the day after my workshop.
Yeah. Hopefully we'll have a lot of story to tell.
Mm-hmm.
And we will see you then. Do you have anything else we gotta do cards.
Oh, ha!
Before we leave, let's do some cards.
I've gotten a lot of compliments on these cards that when I do readings at Madame's, everybody has fallen in love with them.
Yes. The reason why it's so noisy is because you got to knock the energy out of it so you can start fresh. So that's why we slam things on the table.
And my rhino, she just likes to slam shit. Sorry. I don't need this. Yeah.
We got dirty mouths. Mine too. So don't worry. I think it's because we're getting ready to go. All right. What does everybody need to know for the next couple weeks? Ooh. Haha. This is kind of just reiterating what we talked about earlier, like in a big way. So the first card that came up for me was the orphan card, and it's not really about being orphaned. This is about doing things on your own, and taking the steps and the measures that you need to. If you do feel like you're abandoned or that you're alone, do that discovery. Go back in time, in your mind, of the first point that you started to feel abandoned, and really walk yourself through that, because we carry from our childhood a child's perspective through, and we grow and learn from that. But if we change the vibration and get that child, that inner child, to understand that that's not really the situation, then that then reflects and changes everything along the way. So we've got the boom, 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 boom effect. Okay. The next card that we got is the deeper knowing. So pay attention to your gut. You know the answers to every question you could ask about anything if you just sit and listen to your deeper knowing, your deeper self. It's there. It's always there. It's just put your little antenna up and receive that information, because when we do intuitive readings, that's what we're doing.
Mm-hmm.
It's not really the cards. It's that vibration that's coming in, and the cards are just a representation and a picture of it. And then this loyal card lately has been about, or loyal heart card has been about, being loyal to yourself. And love yourself first. Love yourself first unconditionally, so that you are able to then give that love out. And find the loyalty in yourself. Set your boundaries. If you're not going to allow yourself to do that to anybody else, why would you allow somebody to do that to you?
Right.
And if you're not going to do it to yourself, why would you allow somebody else to do it to you? You know, would you punch yourself? No. You're going to let somebody else punch you? Why? You know, so show that loyalty
To yourself.
You know, and honor yourself and know your quality. We're going to change value to quality. I'm going to try to do that.
Okay.
It's going to be hard, but quality.
Okay. So this is belonging, and I feel like that is what's reading for me, is that it's feeling at home with yourself, knowing your feeling, you know what I mean? That you're not taking care of your body as your temple, if that makes sense.
Mm-hmm.
So you're going to have that realization that come up. That is going to be something that's going to be prevalent in the next probably a couple weeks.
Mm-hmm.
We also have hope, which hope is just that even in the darkest hour, there's still something, you know, there's still light to be had. Even when the moon is not seen, you still have stars to shine.
Right.
So it's just seeing the beauty in everything and seeing the possibilities in everything that are coming your way. And don't lose faith on it. And then this, to me, is very powerful. It's focusing on yourself and the magical being that you are. We've talked about this card quite a lot. This is like the witch card.
Mm-hmm.
So in that respect, it's going to, if you're living your life in your highest and best way, if you're focusing on yourself, doing what makes you happy, whatever lights you up inside, then you can then share that with people. But you have to focus on yourself first.
Yep.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
You are your first
client.
You are your first person to help. Nobody else is going to help you but you.
Mama can't take care of her kids unless she's well.
Right.
So take care of yourself so you can take care of the things that you need to do, or your children or your family or whatever it is. Because if you're running yourself ragged, then there's going to be nobody to do those things. So yes, treat yourself. Go get your nails done, get your hair done, whatever it is that makes you feel good. sit down, read a book, take time to yourself, take yourself to the movies, turn off your phone. We don't need the phone on 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, and we don't need to be answering it either. If there's something that you are doing and you're working on, you can put the phone down. Mm-hmm. It does not need your attention. And those people can wait, because once again, if you run yourself into the ground, there is no way that those people can be taken care of. And so in order for you to do that, you need to take care of yourself first.
Yeah.
All right, guys, ladies, gentlemen, beautiful beings.
Yes.
Beloveds. Everybody out there, have a great weekend. We will. We will. we will
see you soon with stories.
Yes, we are going to have a wonderful, great weekend. We are leaving Thursday and driving down, and it's going to be an easy, safe trip and a nice, safe, fun trip back. And just we're going to be in complete bliss and meditation all weekend. So everybody stay nice and dry and cool. It is getting warmer out there, and it is getting wetter out there. It is still snowing in parts of the U.S., which is very odd. We've got a lot of weather coming in. That's very odd. Just know that that's about balance. That's bringing balance back in. So the sooner everybody gets their mind balanced, then that kind of goes away. So be out there.
Hint, hint, hint.
Hint, hint, hint. All right, guys. And if you have any questions on the goddesses, please feel free to just, send me an IM and say, hey, I want to know what this is about, or go check it out on our Crate Joy or the Etsy pages. We have everything everywhere. And we will see you on the 7th.
Yep, in 2 weeks. Have a great day, you guys.
All right. Take care.
Have a great evening.
Take care.
I had to do that.
I don't know where all this light came from. We got white.
Let there be light. It's illumination.
All right.
It's not the moon. Good night, everybody. It's not the moon. The sun. It's.
I know, but still, the camera is picking up all the white.
Well, it's gonna do that.